New cards, PogChamp, new cards, PogChamp. Or rather, the same cards, but now it's got a big hole in it. All right, so first up, let's talk about Limited Pack World Championship 2025. So, one of the things that Konami announced in order to resolve the outstanding disparity in their pricing relative to every other card game is they were going to start stamping cards. And we were excited because they said they were going to announce something else around Nats. I don't think this is that announcement, but it's a huge step in the right direction when it comes to pricing. I believe if you go to Worlds, you can get the Limited Pack World Championship 2025 booster set. And I got to tell you, this shit is awesome. We have like a new frame Exodia. Look at that. We know that Breaker the Magical Warrior is in there. Ah, zut alors, c'est moi, Breaker, le warrior de magique. It's really nice. It's also got this big French sticker in it, which is really funny. If you get killed by French Exodia, it's a fate worse than death. Available at the World Championship event in Paris. You know, I might be going. I last year it being a totally closed event really sucked. If they're going to run like side events and shit and like have spectator passes, that might be a good reason to like get off my butt and go to France. That would be really fun. All right, next up. Why are we doing this? So Retro Pack 2 is being re-waived. I don't really understand the justification for this. I do. I actually do. In case you're unfamiliar, Retro Pack 1 was redone a couple of months ago. Retro Pack 1, a set that was basically a mechanism to get a bunch of cards that were not well distributed within Europe at Yu-Gi-Oh's infancy into Europe, but because it was so unbelievably well distributed in Europe and poorly distributed in the United States, the cards became really expensive in the United States. Like, a lot of the novelty of the Retro Pack cards is that they were rare. Then they reprinted the Retro Pack. I don't know why they did this. I don't know who was asking for it, but the worst possible thing happened as a result of it, and that is they made a shitload of money. The Retro Pack 1, to my understanding, did not sell particularly well in LGSs, where customers were a little more discerning, but they were like greatest of all-time sellers at Walmarts, Targets, the few Toys R Us's that still exist, and shit like that. So as a result, we are doing Retro Pack 2 to keep the big box stores happy, and I don't really know who was asking for this. I guess YouTubers whose entire model is to make Bat Chest Blue Eyes videos. I can do like, we bought a case of Retro Pack and played against each other. That's fine, I suppose. All right, I good for them. We love Ruxin, but Ruxin is like all over Twitter being like, I don't know why they did this. The biggest funny outcome of this is a Gage, literally the day before this was revealed, bought a really expensive Retro Pack 2 card from Ruxin, and he sent Ruxin a message that was like, I'm so happy to finally add this to my collection. The only downside is if they announce the Retro Pack 2 rewave tomorrow, and oh man. The other rough thing is, like, at least with Retro Pack 1, there was a little bit of a differentiation between the new ones and the old ones because, like, the card frame was different. But this time they're like, yup, we are also bringing back the old card frame, the old card names, the old card text, and the old card look. It's going to be really hard to discern at a glance if something is from Retro Pack 2 or the Rewave. You'll have to check, like, the little copyright date. For that reason, I think it probably will bring down the prices of the Retro Pack cards, and people who have them are going to be a little upset about it. I'm blaming Gage, honestly. And before you ask, there never was a Retro Pack 3. Yeah, by that point, they had figured out international distribution. If only we could do it again. All right. Actual new cards. So, V-Jump Fall 2025 subscription bonus cards effects. Here's what we got. So we don't have the pictures. We just have the manga stills. First up is Dragonic Warrior. Contract Binding Dragon Warrior. You can discard a card, special summon a level 4 or lower dragon monster from your hand or deck, except Dragonic Warrior, but its effects are negated. Are you fucking with me? That's like crazy. Like every single dragon is now immediately suspect when it comes to print because there's a card that just searches it from deck. But you know what's fucked up? It's actually only okay, I think. They printed a card that said summon any monster from your deck, any level 4 lower dragon monster, and it's like, yeah, but this one requires a discard, so This is just Unizombie, but worse. Okay, one, no. And two, well, Unizombie is kind of the power level that I would expect this. Like a good card, but not the whole thing. It's just Pydra 4, 5, and 6. Oh, well, that's probably not true. Its effects are negated. I mean, this is going to be getting Black Metal Dragon 100% of the time, right? All right, after that we have Nuri Kabe, the Apparition. Not a spirit monster, by the way. I just sort of assumed this would be a spirit monster. Zombie effect Earth. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, moving on. You can pay 1,000 life points and target another zombie monster in your graveyard. Special summon it and this card, but their effects are negated. Also banish them when they leave the field. This is another good card for zombie slop, but except the turn it was sent there means it's a little slow for me to care too much about it. Midzuki. I like that. I like the concept of calling it that. I mean, you get 2 monsters instead of 1, and you can target... it banishes when it leaves the field. That's maybe something you can work with. Like, you get Shang-Chi the Spirit Owl. I don't know. I'm trying to write it a check that I think it can't cash. Einroid. Eine Dveiroid. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send 2 level 4 or lower machine monsters from your deck to the grave. Well, that's interesting. What can we do with this? Like, what pops it that's relevant? I'm not seeing anything, and for that reason, I'm thinking it's a no. Megaroid City, yeah! Woohoo! I don't know, it's really interesting. They've printed 3 cards here that read crazy, and then you think about the implications, and you're like, they're okay. These are nice, though. I like that they're trying to shoot the gap on cards that are powerful, but not so powerful that they're immediately playable and everything. You know, the G-Max Z, I like the way you've described these. These are cards that you keep in mind, if nothing else. What the fuck? Am I reading that right? Slifer, thank you for the 50 gifties in a different time zone, but I'm not going to miss my chance to oil. Jesus Christ. Well, thank you all. Thank you all so much for your support. If you didn't get one, this was your last opportunity. Dodge in chat, as simple as that. Legitimately, 600 people in chat, 50 subs. If you didn't get one, that was your best chance yet. You probably will never get one. You disgusting freaks. Dodged in chat. To signify. And I'll tell you this, if you did get it, go ahead and laugh at the people who didn't. Just throw some ha-has in the chat at the individuals who still do not have a subscribe badge by their name. All right, we got just, I think, one more. The next V-Jump promo is, we've looked at the 3 that were incredibly powerful, but unfortunately, the 4th one is for Dark Magician, which has doomed it to unplayability. This is unfortunate because the new Dark Magician stuff is pretty powerful, and if this is like a trap that does something relevant, it could maybe make it playable. I just don't think it is. The next issue contains a Dark Magician support trap, a promo trap card That's a trap card that powers up Dark Magician decks. Revealed June 7th. Place your bets now. What do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be all Dark Magicians you control gain 100 attack until the end of the turn. Oh, we got one more? Oh, we are also getting a new precon centered around synchro summoning called Power of Fellow. That's a weird name. Power of Fellow? Power of Fellow. Well, what can I say but let us rev it up. Let's rev it up. Thus concludes New Cards PogChamp.